be demonstrating how to make a spicy rigatoni dish inspired by a traditional vodka sauce, but with a simple lemon and water substitution instead. The ingredients I will be using are protein pasta, half an onion, a quarter of a shallot, fresh garlic, tomato paste, a tablespoon of lemon juice mixed with a tablespoon of water, salt and pepper to taste, crushed red pepper, heavy cream, and Parmesan cheese. I began by filling a medium-sized pot with approximately 3 quarts of water, or about 3/4 of the way full, which gives the pasta plenty of room to cook evenly. While the water was heating up, I chopped up my onion, shallot, and minced 2 cloves of garlic. Once the water reached a rolling boil, I salted the water and added the protein pasta and allowed it to cook according to the package instructions, which is about 9 to 11 minutes if you're using the same brand as I am. Next, I started the base of the sauce. I heated up 2 tablespoons of olive oil before adding in my onions and my shallots. Once the oil heated over medium heat, I added my aromatics, cooking them for about 3 minutes until the onions became translucent. Then I added minced garlic and cooked it for another 1 to 2 minutes, being careful not to let it burn. Now for some spice. To build heat and flavor, I sprinkled in crushed red pepper. The amount can be adjusted depending on your preferred spice level. I like to add a good amount. Now, onto the tomato paste. I added a 6-ounce can and allowed it to cook for about 3 to 4 minutes, stirring until everything was well combined. Once your tomato paste is well incorporated, it's time to deglaze the pan. To lift any caramelized bits from the bottom of the pan, I poured in my lemon and water mixture, roughly 1 tablespoon of each, and I stirred until the sauce smoothed out. Look at that. Once the mixture was incorporated, I added about half a pint of heavy cream and stirred until the sauce became creamy and cohesive, adding a little bit at a time. If you feel like your sauce is a bit too tomatoey, you can always go in with more heavy cream. But remember, you can add more, but you can't take away. So make sure you do this a little bit at a time, like you see me doing here. From here, I seasoned my sauce to taste with salt and black pepper and 1/4 teaspoon of oregano. This is where you could also add Italian seasoning or basil to help build more flavor. I like mine just as is. Next, I add in about 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese, but you could do more or less depending on how cheesy you would like your sauce. Finally, it's time to add our drained noodles into the sauce. Make sure you reserve some of the pasta water just in case your sauce is a little too thick and you'd like to thin it out. But after we stir and combine our noodles with our sauce, we are done. This completes the spicy rigatoni with a no vodka twist. It's simple, flavorful, and a great option when you want the richness of vodka sauce without the alcohol. The complete recipe with measurements can be found at the end of this video. Thank you for watching.